You and all other beings ought to make it your only aim, with concentrated thought, to get a perception of the Western Quarter. You will ask how that perception is to be formed. I will explain it to you now. All beings, if not blind from birth, are uniformly possessed of sight, and they all see the setting sun. You should sit down properly, looking in the western direction, and prepare your thought for a close meditation on the sun. Cause your mind to be firmly fixed on it, so as to have an unwavering perception by the exclusive application of your mind, and gaze upon it in particular when it is about to set and looks like a suspended drum. After you have thus seen the sun, let that image remain clear and fixed, whether your eyes be shut or open. Such is the perception of the sun, which is the first meditation. Next, you should form the perception of water. Gaze on the water clear and pure, and let this image also remain clear and fixed. Never allow your thought to be scattered and lost. When you have thus seen the water, you should form the perception of ice. As you see the ice shining and transparent, you should imagine the appearance of lapis lazuli. After that has been done, you will see the ground consisting of lapis lazuli, transparent and shining both within and without. Beneath this ground of lapis lazuli there will be seen a golden banner with 7 jewels, diamonds, and the rest, supporting the ground. It extends to the 8 points of the compass, and thus the 8 corners of the ground are perfectly filled up. Every side of the 8 quarters consists of 100 jewels. Each jewel has 1,000 rays, and every ray has 84,000 colors, which, when reflected in the ground of lapis lazuli, look like 1,000 million suns. And it is difficult to see them all one by one. Over the surface of that ground of lapis lazuli, there are stretched golden ropes intertwined crosswise. Divisions are made by means of strings of 7 jewels, with each part clear and distinct. Each jewel has rays of 500 colors, which look like flowers, or like the moon and stars. Lodged up high in the open sky, these rays form a tower of rays, whose stories and galleries are 10 millions in numbers and built of 100 jewels. Both sides of the tower have each 100 million flowery banners, furnished and decked with numberless musical instruments. 8 kinds of cool breezes proceed from the brilliant rays. When those musical instruments are played, they emit the sounds: suffering, non-existence, impermanence, and non-self. Such is the perception of water, which is the second meditation. When this perception has been formed, you should meditate on its constituents one by one and make the images as clear as possible so that they may never be scattered and lost, whether your eyes be shut or open, except only during the time of your sleep. You should always keep this in mind. One who has reached this stage of perception is said to have dimly seen the land of highest happiness, Sukhavati. One who has obtained the samadhi of supernatural calm is able to see the land of that Buddha country clearly and distinctly. This state is too much to be explained fully. Such is the perception of the land, and it is the third meditation. You should remember, Ananda, the Buddha words of mine, and repeat this law for attaining to the perception of the land of the Buddha country for the sake of the great mass of the people hereafter who may wish to be delivered from their sufferings. If anyone meditates on the land of that Buddha, his sins will bind him to births and deaths during 80 million kalpas, and they shall be expiated. After the abandonment of his present body, he will assuredly be born in the Pure Land in the following life. The practice of this kind of meditation is called the right meditation. If it is of any other kind, it is called heretical meditation. Buddha then spoke to Ananda and Vaidehi. When the perception of the land of the Buddha country has been gained, you should next meditate on the jewel trees of that country. In meditating on the jewel trees, you should take each by itself and form a perception of the 7 rows of trees. Every tree is 800 yojanas high, and all the jewel trees have flowers and leaves consisting of 7 jewels, all perfect.